Digimon Seekers has ended after roughly a year of mostly weekly updates, and was an exciting first for the franchise. It was a web novel. But was it actually good? Let's go over the highs and lows of the web novel, and if you haven't given it a shot yet, don't worry, I'm planning on keeping my thoughts fairly spoiler-free. Basically, I won't go into the plot or the story and basically anything at all. So if you're still not too sure whether or not you should give it a chance, but you also don't want to have any potential spoilers, this video should be fairly safe in terms of spoilers. I won't even go slightly into spoiler territory. So this is a spoiler-free review. But first, before I go into my thoughts about Digimon Seekers, I would like to thank this video's sponsor, ZenonTCG. ZenonTCG is your one-stop shop for all of your Digimon needs, and of course where you can order all the Digimon Seekers merchandise that have been released, as well as where you can pre-order all these new exciting products that were announced at Digimon Con 2024. You can find them on their website, zenontcg.com, but you can also follow them on their social media accounts such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter by searching for zenontcg.sg. Please keep in mind that ZenonTCG is a small store based in Singapore, and every pre-order has to arrive in Singapore from Japan prior to them shipping it out to you. This usually means a shipment date of a week or two after the official release date in Japan for any of the pre-order releases, such as the super cool and super exciting 25th Digivice Color and Deluxe editions that were just announced at Digimon Con. So you'll just be aware that you'll have to wait maybe a week or two because of the shipping between Japan and Singapore. However, they do have a lot of other anime merchandise and other virtual pets and toys that are ready to ship out, so check them out, especially with all of this new and exciting exclusive ZenonTCG merch that it's in store now and ready in order to ship, and of course, pre-ordering these new Digimon Con things. So first of all, some of these Digimon Con things include the 25th Digivice Color and Deluxe Edition. So this is released to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the anime for Digimon, and Bandai releasing this new Digivice toy with a full color screen, and actually seems pretty cool and exciting, and appears to be what many fans have been asking for, that being something that's kind of a hybrid or cross between a CSA and an actual playable Digivice Quest toy. Now, I love the playable pedometer Quest Digivice toys, but I also do appreciate the CSAs and the Super CSAs that have been released. And I was expecting just another Super CSA. However, this being like both almost like a Super CSA and a playable Digivice means that it kind of is a win-win depending on whatever you like. A lot of fans were disappointed with the Super CSAs or the CSAs because they wanted a playable Digivice, and it's super exciting that they're actually getting something that is a cross between these two releases. There's also the Digimon X As Maria edition, which is the War Greymon X and Metal Garurumon X versions. These are special Digimon Con shell re-releases for the first wave of the Digital Monster X's, similar how to last Digicon, we had the Digimon Con Digimon 20th exclusive shells. We now get the DMX ones as well. And then lastly, ZenonTCG are coming out with their own special VPET cases. So they're releasing their own premium durable cases for your Digimon virtual pets, and they look super nice. They're kind of like the original Iramon sort of cases you could get, the official ones. However, these look a lot more durable, and ZenonTCG have put in a lot of effort and time into making these pretty cool cases. So if you want to keep your Digimon virtual pets protected, definitely check these out when you're checking out the new Digimon Con stuff as well. So make sure that you check out ZenonTCG and all the product links in the description of this video. And again, thanks to ZenonTCG for sponsoring this video. And now, let's talk about the highs and lows of Digimon Seekers. First of all, I love that Bandai tried something new with Digimon Seekers. It's a free and officially translated web novel, And the fact that it's free and accessible makes it incredibly easy to recommend to both new and existing fans. Especially because you don't need any prior knowledge about the franchise to actually get anything from Digimon Seekers. And you can say that about a lot of the Digimon franchise. That's something I appreciate. There's a lot of standalone stories, and Digimon Seekers is no different. You can go in with having very little knowledge about the entire franchise and still not be missing out on anything. While there are references that long-term fans will appreciate, such as the existence of both the Digimon Accelerator, the Digimon Brick virtual pets, and of course the Vital Bracelet, their existence in the story isn't important enough to require knowledge about them outside of Digimon Seekers itself. The story kind of just says, hey, these are things that exist, you can store Digimon on them, cool, that's all the knowledge that you need. You don't need to know that they exist in the real world as virtual pet toys. So that's something that's cute little Easter egg for fans, but you're not missing out on anything by not knowing that information. So that's pretty cool. However, what doesn't make it appealing to English audiences is the fact that the first chapter is fairly poorly translated. The translation does improve for the most part, but the fact that the first thing that a reader will experience from the series is a patchy translation will very likely cause a poor first impression. In fact, I know of many people who gave up early on due to the initial poor translation. Otherwise, it's fine in terms of translation, except for, weirdly enough, the epilogue, which has a few sentences that just don't make sense. A big one is, there's just a line that starts with, I have am, which I have still no idea what Rudemon's trying to say in that last part of the story. It's weird. It's weird that the epilogue is weirdly translated, and the bits in the middle are fine, but overall, I don't complain too much about the translation, but it is going to make people less interested in it if they don't understand, especially when they just start reading. So that's a huge issue with the fact that the first chapter, the first few things that the reader will read, some of it doesn't make sense because of a poor translation, and that is a shame. It is nice, however, that we don't need to rely on fans to fan translate this release, but at the same time, it would be nice if the official translation didn't read like a low-quality fan subs of the early 90s and early 2000s. Despite the translation and occasionally clunky descriptions, overall I enjoyed Digimon Seekers, and personally don't find anything wrong with it other than the translation. I loved the setting as it reminded me of two of my favourite parts of the franchise, that being the Cyber Sleuth series, so Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, and of course Digimon World 2003, which I will bring up as often as I possibly can, because maybe it's not as good in the current year of 2024, but I really liked it as a kid, and that's what matters. I've got my nostalgia goggles full on for this one. I also quite enjoyed the live action segments at the start of each chapter, as they were cute little teasers of what was to come, and of course I loved the Vital Bracelet releases and the BE memories that coincided with each chapter basically. However, one of the most enjoyable things from my own experience of Digimon Seekers was getting to talk to people on Twitter, Discord and YouTube about the series week to week. It was kind of like a cool little cute book club, and I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much if I was just sitting down and reading it as a complete book. It was just nice to read week to week. I also really enjoyed producing an audiobook of the English translation. That was super fun as well. I hope people enjoyed that, but in any case, even if people didn't enjoy it, I enjoyed it. So there was a lot that I did enjoy about Digimon Seekers. But would I recommend it? For the most part, yes. It wouldn't be my go-to recommendation in terms of the whole franchise, but if somebody enjoys reading, especially sci-fi, I would recommend it, but for the reader to keep an open mind due to that early chapter's translations, they're pretty rough. Again, the fact that it's free online and in English does make it accessible, so the only thing you waste if you don't enjoy it is just your time and not your money. Like if I said, hey, go watch Atmon, but you need to subscribe to Crunchyroll, or go play Digimon Survive, but you have to buy the Digimon Survive game and a console to play it on if you don't have a computer or a console that it's on. So the fact that you only waste your time if you don't like Digimon Seekers is definitely a big plus. It's just available on Digimon.net. It's there, at least as of recording this. If you're watching this in the year 2034, maybe not. But in terms of this video right now, it's available on Digimon.net for free, and you can go read it, especially if you speak English, Japanese, or Chinese, because those are languages translated into. So it's very accessible because I can just say, hey, it's free. All you're wasting is your time if you don't enjoy it. But overall, I did enjoy the series. I don't think I'd like a sequel because I'm not really a fan of Digimon sequels for the most part, but I would like another Digimon web novel kind of similar to this, especially if it's such a wonderful love letter to the franchise like I found Digimon Seekers to be. So those are my thoughts. Yes, there's a lot to like about this series, as in Digimon Seekers, there's a lot to like about the web novel, but there's also the translation issue, which again, like, I have heard that the translation did get corrected for the first chapters, but it's still not perfect. And I feel like they should. I know that Bandai's no longer interested in anything that's finished. That kind of is just a thing that happens with Bandai. As soon as something's done, they stop supporting it. But I feel like it would be a really good idea for them to go back and further correct all the translation issues, just because it does make it less appealing to an audience. But overall, I really did enjoy Digimon Seekers. Of course, it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but for me, it was exactly what I have wanted from Digimon as a franchise. Same with Digimon Survive, that's also something that I wanted from the franchise in terms of story. This is another thing that I really wanted from the franchise. Maybe not so much in a web novel form, would have been good as an anime, would have been great as a video game. I think I said early on, I want this to be a Digimon World 2003, like, stealth sequel. It's not, but it would be cool if that were the case. It's not, but would be cool. But in any case, those are my thoughts on Digimon Seekers. If you haven't already given it a try, definitely give it a shot because it was very fun. Self-plug, I did the audiobook for the entire series, so if you don't want to read it, you can just listen along. In terms of a podcast, it's on podcast catchers as LostinTranslationmon. It's also on this YouTube channel that you're presumably watching this video on. So that's it for this video. Thanks again to Zen and TCG for sponsoring this video. Check them out, check out the new Digimon Con stuff, and check out the Zen and TCG merch and stickers, and of course their upcoming durable virtual pet case. Comment and let me know what your thoughts are about Digimon Seekers. Did this video convince you to give it a shot? Are you still kind of hesitant? Let me know your thoughts, comments, questions, etc. in the comment section below. Like this video for Bandai doing something new and exciting, I suppose. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you have subscribed, tell your friends, tell your neighbours, tell your enemies, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!